Confirmation. Right place, right time. Now is the time. Me and my ancestors have been talking about the fact that I say a lot. We've been talking about that behind closed scenes, you know. Usually when I'm not with the collective or giving to the collective accordingly, I am always somewhere isolated with my ancestors. I recently had someone really make me see that too, and the good part of it, because a lot of people see me as, I don't know, very hermity, very hermity, and that makes them feel like they can't say nothing to me, you know, they can't get close to me. You know, people feel like this about me, you know, like they can't get close to me, you know, they can't say nothing to me, like, you know, I think, and stuff like that. But recently, someone told me, they said, I applaud you for the way that you don't trust no one else but your ancestors. They said, that is, you know how much pressure it is out here? And you someone who don't even give the pressure a chance to live with you, exist with you, be one with you, or nothing. You go to your ancestors. You go to your counsel, you go to your team, you know, you talk to you and source about it, you know, your source accordingly. And I applaud you for that. And I felt really good because I feel where the other collective is coming from too, you know, due to the fact of how distant I can be, you know, but I'm the lighthouse. Like, I'm very enlightened. You could come around me. You just can't be afraid of the light. That's really what it is. You can't be afraid of how bright I am, you know, and I'm grateful to now be shifting and around collective that see my brightness and as a strength and not a weakness, you know. So I'm grateful because that's where I've been with it too on this journey for a long time. It was almost like a weakness for me, you know. Growth is important. We all should still be collectively growing in some very special, tiny type of way. Right now, but now I see it as a strength of mine, and my ancestors are reassuring me, my counselor reassuring me, people in places. It's like the reflection is reflecting, and I just love it. You know, my mirror effect has changed, you know, which lets me know I have changed, and change from where you used to be really helps you see, because that's the whole thing in life. We don't see what we want to see. We don't get what we want to get. We don't be who we want to be. But when you see, everything else aligns, I promise. I'm doing this video. Thank you, ancestors, angels, guides, gods, and all positive forces that look over me. Archangel Michael, Anubis, Santa Maria, come in and protect me as I give this chakra message to the collective. I'm doing this chakra message because I noticed how, even though we are still in, like, we are full effect in the age of Aquarius, a lot of people miss this chakra healing. They miss the opening, what opens it up. I'll never forget when I first awoken, the first thing I wanted to do was like cleanse myself. You know, I was like, how can I cleanse myself and be a better person, you know, for self? That was the first thing that I asked myself once I got into spirituality. And that sent me directly to the chakras. Now, once I got to the chakras, I was like, damn, like, okay, so what what exactly is this? Okay, I was still confused. I was like, what is this? And why am I here, and things of those natures. But as I began to research the chakras and the effects of them started to show in my life, I was like, this is where I need to start. So let me attack these one by one. The chakras are very important. They are the center point of you. Like, the chakras are, they literally go up just like this. They are the center point of you. It's almost like, you know how you split something down the middle, and it has two pieces, the middle splitting that you may split it, like whether it may be ripped or cut or whatever, that's the chakras. The left would be the masculine, the right would be the feminine, the yin and the yang and things of those natures. That masculine energy and that feminine energy coming together, aligning properly, would be the chakras. That is the best way I can explain it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody's seen it and touched it. Like, well, not touched it, pick from it. So they seen the split and they pick from the split to make the masculine or the feminine side of themselves better. But that's not the goal. The goal is to understand that the chakras are energy points. So once you work on that energy in the center, how like a book is, like how this book is, once you work on that, you can be able to put something together here. See how it's now a book? I think people seen it and wanted to, like I said, take from it. Like, let me take this. I don't want to work on that. Let me take this. I don't want to work on that. Let me take this. I don't want to work on that. I feel like they played with it. This was the most serious thing that I noticed when I first started that is now being taken as like a joke, because now that I look at a lot of people, places, and things, they're still having chakra issues. And it's like, the issues that you're having, little do you know, it comes from the source of what you started to understand, which was your chakras. Your inner childhood wounds are inside of that. Are included in that. Like I said, the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang. I feel like what it takes for the rising of the chakras is the healing from the inner child. And I feel like when people seen the chakras, they was like, I got to go too deep. I'm not talking to them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to, I don't want to address that. It took another level of understanding. So I feel like people graze the surface of the chakras and maybe just got a crystal or something and, whatever. By the time we get done talking about this today, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have missed a lot. You might examine and be like, you might be to miss some things that are now playing out in your life that you need to go all the way back to fix. And I say that because I had a session yesterday with a Reiki master, and she didn't know nothing about the chakras. And I was like, how did you begin to heal energy and you didn't know what energy you're healing? You see how people just graze the surface of it? It wasn't to add competition in lives or create competition or gain power. It was to truly heal. The chakras are used to truly heal so you can rise. The crown chakra, the way that your body corresponds with the energies that are in this world is very important. It's more than just a person. Everything has energy. You got to be able to see everything, feel everything, be one with everything. That's what the chakras would teach you, being one. For example, the highest, which will be the crown, is wise, clear, and universal love. That's being one. Let's break it down. So I'm going to talk about each chakra, and I want to talk about the issues that are tied to each chakra. I'm also going to talk about the health that is related to each chakra, because if you don't heal the health aspect, it may show up as a spiritual attachment later. Okay? With the people, place, and thing that you have not healed too. Okay? Everything shows up. Okay? So I'm going to talk about that. And then I'm also going to top it off with journal prompts for you guys to be able to heal your chakras. Because if you don't address these issues, ain't nothing happening right now. If you do not address these issues that we're going to talk about. Because I don't think people understood in deep core what was the chakras. I feel like they only seen the highest part of it, wanted to become that, got a crystal or something else to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then we move forward. And it's just like, that's not how we do that. You know, and I even would tell people, you know, who would come to me for crystals, I would tell them I stopped selling crystals, all those crystals like green aventurine and everything. I only started selling selenite and clear quartz because a lot of people wasn't even having the energy that it takes to for the crystal to even survive around you. Do you understand the only crystal in the entire world that can survive on its own is selenite. Every other crystal needs energy. It needs something. So while you grabbing crystals to fix things, no. You need to address the situation so your vibration can raise to match the energy of what tools and things that you have around you. Chakras is nothing to play with. And I feel like people seen it and just was like, you know what? Let me get a crystal. And I was like, I started off selling crystals. I started off as a crystal seller, you know what I'm saying? But when I realized that it was taking a whole lot more energy to heal what I was having, oh baby, that's what them teas, them essential oils, them trigger point bags, the protection rice, you know what I'm saying? The bath salts, the enhancing of that, that's where that came from. Because I would literally see my issues, introspect, and be like, I gotta make something for that. That way, and then when I make something for it, I would go back, you know what I'm saying? When it was time for it to sell it, I'd be like, this is why I made it. I had this issue. I dove inside myself to address the issue and I made something for you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's crazy. Yeah, lady, I don't know what's going on, girl. I don't know, girl. I don't know. You know, but thank you, lady. I'm grateful. Yeah, so now's the time for us to address these chakras, period. Energy points are all over the body. That's the second thing I'm going to say. Yes, there are 7 chakras, but you have more energy points. That is a note that you need to keep in the back of your mind. Okay. Your whole entire existence of being is an energy bubble, vessel, ball, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to understand that there is more to come with this understanding. Okay. And that's what it was with the chakras. It was like this part, what I'm about to talk about now, this was the understanding that people didn't want to get to understand how to embody and embrace the chakras energy that is already inside of us as well and around us, along with the elements, earth, air, water, and fire, and things of those natures. Okay. So even though there are 7, there is more energy points in your body. A prime example of that would be what's that treatment called? I had to get it before I got into a car accident and I had to get it. I had to go to the therapist. I forgot the name of the damn person. I forgot the name of the person. But I'll just say, like, you know how when you get a massage and you can feel all the places where your body may have aches and pains and things of those natures and stuff like that. Those be where energy points are at. And that's where pent up energy is at. So you have to pay attention to where the chakras are aligned, you know, how the chakras are aligned to where that spot is at. You know what I'm saying? Or where the pain is at. And that will be able to help you understand what tension is there as well. I'm going to talk about that as well. Like the unwanted emotions. We're going to talk about it all. Okay. The root chakra. The most important chakra in the entire world. The root chakra is bae, okay? The root chakra is down here in the cooch pops and the shits like that, you know. That's the root chakra, okay? That's where the root chakra is at. It is the lowest chakra at the very core bottom. It's like the groundingness of you, okay? That chakra holds energy, okay, of being fearful, ungrounded, and untrusted, okay? So if you are moving in life very fearful, you don't feel like your feet are touching the ground, and you also are afraid of what goes around comes around, that's the root chakra energy. Okay. When you feeling like that, that's the chakra that you need to address. All right. The root chakra here. Okay. It's the reproductive organs. So a lot of times we choose outside sources to help us feel safe. We choose outside sources to help us feel secure. And we also choose outside sources to help us feel grounded. Okay. The most important part of the root chakra is the reproductive organs. What source we choose to do that in would usually be the opposite sex. Okay. That sense of control there, since you don't have it inside of yourself, you're fearful, ungrounded, and you don't trust what is to come because what has already been around, how many times you have already been around the block. Okay. So addressing that root chakra in that area, and looking at it like that will be very important. You know what I'm saying? Looking at it like that is important. Are you safe? Are you secure? Are you grounded in self? In yourself? I feel like there's no need to worry about anyone else. This is the spot of resentment. All of that I just said was resentment. I'm sorry, I just had to listen to the birds. And just a side note, birds have a way to regulate your emotions. Okay. They're very inspiring. Okay. They relieve depression and they boost the mood. Okay. So if you're having problems with your anger and birds, listening to bird sounds will be very important. Also, listening to bird sounds will help ground you as well, because bird sounds are uplifting. Okay. Forest sounds will help ground you as well. If ways to help ground you, get you centered. So that, of course, going in earth would be a way to ground you. You being out there with just you, from you, with you, by you, will ground you. Okay. I just want to make sure I say everything. I don't want to miss nothing. Okay. Yeah. Sacral. The sacral chakra will be next. Okay. And the sacral chakra is the fear of intimacy. Okay. Manipulation and low vitality. Okay. So if you fear getting close to people, the reason why you fear getting close to people is because you are not inspired by self. You are not open to self, and you're not passionate about self. So you would manipulate and you come off as low because you're not high. High off of life is what I had heard. You're low on life. So you fear intimacy, and intimacy is, let me see. Let's get the definition of intimacy before I say what I'm going to say. A feeling of closeness and connection with another person. You are not connected to self. You could feel out of body. Out of body. This goes back to that root. Being fearful and ungrounded can have you feeling out of body. Okay? This is the energy of anger. Loss of self. Okay. Not feeling like you know self, who self is, because you were supposed to get to know that in the root chakra, where it's safe, where you're grounded, where you're secure, but you missed that. And now you're going to move to the sacral chakra and you're feeling, I can't get close to you. Keep that shit up over there. But on the other end, you're supposed to be inspired, open, and passionate about life. Okay. The sacral energy is where your bladder and your ovaries and your small intestines are. So the health issues that you would have, that would be a sign that that your sacral chakra is low, would be like bladder issues, small intestine issues, and ovary issues. Okay. Reproductive issues would be for the root chakra. So you know how like you have a pH issue, because the root is at the very bottom. That's the reproductive organ. So it'll be like a pH issue, a little bit of here, there, everywhere in between the legs. Okay. The sacral issue when it comes to the ovaries, that'll be more like your production. Okay. Can you produce, what I'm saying, things in life? Okay. And then, like I said, your bladder. Oh, and also your prostate as well. Okay. Next, the solar plexus chakra. If you've been feeling low self-esteem, powerless, and insecure. And that's deep. The solar plexus chakra is the hardest one to attack. It's the hardest one to attack because this is where we have our burdens and our oppression and our loss of control and our fear. Again, like I just said, low self-esteem, powerless, insecure. Things that could be fixed from, the root chakra, where you are supposed to feel safe at, and secure. You're feeling insecure in your solar plexus chakra, where you're supposed to have leadership and confidence and sovereignty over life. You have low self-esteem and feeling powerless. Okay. This is where your kidneys are, your liver, your gallbladder, your pancreas, your spleen, and your stomach. So if you're having issues in any one of those areas health-wise, it is your solar plexus chakra. This is where you worry, codependency, excessive thinking, dwelling. If you're having any of those issues, that's that solar plexus. Because see, like I said, on the opposite, on the opposite, you would be confident in leadership. Sadness and grief, detachment, shame, feeling disappointed would be that sacral chakra, which is right before it, right below this solar plexus chakra. So some of you guys could be dealing with detachment, shame, and feeling disappointed, grief. It's the grief for me and the sadness. Moving on. Heart chakra. This is jealousy and unloving. So where you are supposed to be coexisting is what I'm hearing. Loving, peaceful, and compassionate. You're unloving and you're jealous. Okay. The heart chakra is the lungs and the heart, of course. This is the lack of vitality, mental restlessness, depression, anxiety, despair, and lack of connection. And again, guys, this is just me breaking this down for you so you can understand these places of life. What's affecting what can help what is going on with you. You know what I'm saying? Insomnia is very significant as well. I never met no one who had insomnia, but if you're dealing with insomnia, if I'm not mistaken, that's like restlessness and sleep. Can you sleep? You know, can you rest? If your mind is not resting, your heart is not resting. If your heart is not resting, your mind is not resting. Why is it not resting? Is the solar plexus, sacral, and the root chakra. How you feel in those areas, that low self-esteem, the fear of intimacy, the fear of just fearful, being ungrounded and untrusting, is allowing your heart not to rest. All of those things are on your heart now. That's why I said I don't think people quite understood the chakras. And it's crazy because me being where I'm at, I just left them. Just elevated a little bit more, to the point, which is why I changed my business from cosmic balance to cosmic counsel. It used to be cosmic balance because of this is how I came in. But now I done risen just a little bit, and I'm still visiting these things. That's why I'm like, I don't understand where people have went. And I get people who get readings from me all the time and wonder what energy is holding them down. And all of this be the problem. All of this, nobody don't want to address this. They want to create something to make it look like they're compassionate, make it look like they're a leader, make it look like they're open, make it look like they're secure, make it look like they're creative and intuitive and whatever. I'm talking, are you working though for real? Moving on to the throat chakra. Gossipy. That's really what it is for me in the throat chakra. And that's my biggest problem that I have with a lot of people who communicate with me. Girl. And it be that when I be already told them what it is and they don't see it. They still want to gossip about that. People like to gossip about things instead of moving forward. They gossip. I'm talking about gossip. They don't communicate. They gossip. It is a difference. The highest vibration of the throat chakra is communication. The lowest is gossip. All y'all motherfucking asses do is gossip. I got a bitch right now calling me girl and da da da. I be like, I mean, I told you already. That's just my opinion, you know. I already said what I said. It's like my answer don't change. I feel like the gossiping and gossipers, it always does with them. It always does. They always got something new to tell you. And it ain't really new. It's the same old, low, manipulative, ungrounded, can't even trust them, jealous. I think it's really the jealousy for me. I feel like every motherfucking body is jealous of everybody for real. I swear to God. I be around people for real, and I feel like everyone is jealous of everybody. And these same people who are jealous don't even want to get close. Don't even want to do what it takes to be unjealous, getting close, getting to know someone. Their fear, I'm talking about their root chakra. I was like, some people choke. Sometimes people root chakras are in the chokehold, like they ain't coming out. Fearful, ungrounded. Now we all the way up to the throat chakra, and the only thing they can do is gossip and talk to you all harshly and shit and very critical, not diplomatic and imaginative. These are people who, listen, these are people who can't find life in nothing. And I've been around these people too, like people who would be like, I'll go outside and they're like, why you got that flower? Can I let my imagination ring, please? Thank you. I'm sorry that you're so harsh and critical on life because you fear getting close to just you, period, and see where you can go. You know what I'm saying? These are people who don't want to do that. So they gossip instead. They got their conversation is only gossip. I literally just got on to somebody, you know, the other day. I just got on to somebody the other day because she was like, I just don't even care about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about what you're talking about. I said, but T, the only thing that you done said to me when you called me was about the problem. I haven't heard how's school. I haven't heard how's the kids. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard, bitch, how's you? You know, like you as a person, how are you moving forward? Because you see how the situation is going. Do you have any pointers on moving forward? No, they just want to gossip, 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 gossip. I've never seen something like this. They don't even think outside. So that lets me know that the real things that they're doing in life, they ain't even doing it for real. They ain't creative and peaceful and confident and passionate and secure and grounded in their shit. They're the one thing on one end of the spectrum lets me know that all of it aligns. Because when you have the root goes up. So everything aligns. When you have one problem on the other side, you have many other problems on the other side. So for example, if you're gossiping, you're not communicating, which would be in the throat chakra. And from not communicating, now you're jealous, back down to the heart chakra, which is not being loving. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything still aligns. That's the gossiping for me. You know, yeah, money is power and stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. You know, they have this way of thinking. I don't think it's just money. I think it's really sex though. The biggest thing that I think is the problem is the root chakra, the sex. And I also don't think that people understand that there's a masculine side to you and there's a feminine side to you. And the chakras are like sitting in the center, like where my crystal is at. You know, it's like all of that. It don't have to don't squish it. Like let it be where it need to be, you know, aligned perfectly as a human. You know, the root chakra is the problem because the only thing people care about really is sex. I think people understand sex magic more than they think they do, because the first thing a nigga is hollering is I don't want to fuck with you, and after some shit and came out and stuff like that, and now y'all already been fucking around and now you want to control the situation, don't go nowhere. It's like, what did they even have for you to stay? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the biggest issue that we're having is the sex part. People are controlling people with sex. They literally are. They're controlling people with sex since they don't have nothing else to offer. Because you got to think about it. The root starts off everything. That's the unproductive organs. That's how you feel grounded. These are people who childhood started off very rocky. So they came into life like that as well, with sex, money, and drugs. I feel like that is the core value of people right now. They don't care about I don't even think they even care about the money. I think it is just the sex. If they can sex you down, you won't move around. That'll get them time to play in your energy and play out of your energy. Okay? All people want from you is one thing. That's what I've been noticing. I've been noticing their mind is not tapped into the higher vibrations of what is here. They're stuck in that root chakra. And I'm telling you, it's the masculine and the feminine energy. It still goes down to the bottom too. So they have mother wounds and they have father wounds that they don't want to see, that's where these problems, lack of gossiping and lack of vision and low self-esteem and fearful and ungrounded, these problems come from those inner childhood wounds. They don't want to see that. They just want to see that they have that problem and think that they can get something or do something quickly to fix it, or have an energy around them to fix it. And that's not how it works. You have to go and address those issues. I feel like a lot of people have been molested, and I feel like a lot of people have been used for sex at a very early age. I feel like instead of safety, security, and groundedness being shown to people growing up, sex was sex, just sex. That was because mama or daddy had to have the best of the best, who look good and fuck good and pay good, you know, but it was really about sex. You made a decision based off of sex. And then you thought about what you didn't have, because you already knew you didn't have it before that person came. It was just something that temporary that you could grab to keep it going on the same. And that was sex. Once you locked in right there, I'm hearing you're locked in for life. In most cases, you do, because what comes from it? Us, your child, your niece, your nephew, you know. I get that people wanted security and things of those natures, but when I look at women now and why they won't leave a man, it's only because of sex. It's not because the man is making them feel safe. It's not because the man is making them feel secure. It's not because the man is making them feel grounded. It's because the man is making their fearful, ungrounded, untrusted energy safe. To believe in, to be. Nobody really don't want that for real. So they fuck you just to see. See if that'll change you up. I'm telling you, it started there. Nobody really don't care about nobody. When they see a good woman, a good looking woman, or a good looking man, they don't even care. They don't care. You know, they don't care about it. They don't care about nothing else. They only care. It's like almost like everything that glitters is gold to a lot of people. That's gold. So the glittering is the money. It's like if it look good, it can make me the money, honey. It can get me the money. It's like people are using the energy whether they know it or not. That's why I keep saying. Because that's why people will commune with people and eventually you'll wind up separating because it ain't aligning. Everything is all about an alignment and how long you're going to stay in it and if it's working for you and what is it doing for you? Is it aligning you to your higher purpose? Everything is about that. Every choice, every decision, everything. And I feel like people only use their eyes. No one used their heart. They only use their eyes. It's like they didn't start from the bottom. Now we're here. They started from the top. Now, in the relationship, it goes all the way down to the bottom. And it's like, it came in at the top. No, the fuck it did not. You only used your eyes. It actually came in the fields at the bottom. It didn't come in safe, secure, grounded, inspiring, open, passionate, leadership, confident, loving, peaceful, passionate, compassionate, diplomatic, communicative, receptive, creative, psychic. It didn't come in like that. Trust me. I know. It came in a different way, ho. That's why I say people, that root chakra is something serious. It's something serious. That root chakra is something serious because that is the core of our problems. Third eye, lack of vision, self-sabotage, delusion. If you don't understand who you are, you sabotage things. If you can't see clearly now, the rain is gone. You have lack of vision. It goes back to that moment, you know, I was saying I was with somebody and they was like, what you got that flower for? Hello, can I be imaginative for a moment? Because I'm going to speak it through my throat that I know what this flower is. If I don't, I'm going to look it up to see. It's here for me. I'm looking at life differently. That's that third eye chakra. The way that you look at life. Are you receptive? Are you psychic? Period. I don't know what the hell folks got going on. But if you ain't trusting that intuition, you ain't tapped in. You ain't woke. You out here like everybody else. The number one thing about the third eye is psychic. You got folks who talking about using their third eye and they have lack of vision. Using their third eye and they fear intimacy. Using your third eye and you codependent. Using your third eye and you fearful. Now that's all these chakras here. Come on now. Creative is the third eye as well. You got people out here whose self-esteem is so low, powerless, and insecure, and you think that you're using your third eye being creative? You're jealous, codependent, and unloving, and you're using your third eye being creative? You see how all the other chakras can hold every fucking thing up? Everything. And we almost to the top now. We got one more to go. This is your eyes, your pituitary gland, your pineal gland. Okay? Loss of control is in this energy as well. Frustration, bitterness, resentment, anger, irritability. That's all that make up lack of vision and self-sabotage and delusion. Last but not least, crown chakra. Okay? Suggestible and lack of boundaries. When you are creative, you have boundaries. Because in order to keep creating, you must have healthy boundaries to do so. You got to be the highest of the high to be able to continue to create. You're wise, you're clear, universal love. Let's go back. That moment that I keep saying about the fact that I took note to that flower that was there for me and I was being questioned on the audacity. Universal love, loving the unloved. I know people who are killing insect and I kill you too. We don't love the unloved here. We have universal love. I'm connected to everything that's around me. Everything right now has energy and I'm treating it with respect. It's going to give me the energy back. You know how powerful this planet is, just the fuck like that. Spinal cord and brain stem. So you know how people be like, you only using 10% of your brain? That's this low vibrational of the crown chakra. Only using 10% of that motherfucking brain. That's this. Also with the spinal cord, that could be issues of feeling pain on your spine. Just your spine, period. Okay. Weak willpower, insecure, isolated, and easily controlled. Yeah, because the opposite of that would be wise, clear, and universal love. This is so serious, y'all. Listen, them chakras ain't nothing to play with. I do have journal prompts that I want to leave you guys with for each area of life. Okay, when it comes to the chakras. So I have journal prompts for each chakra that should be able to help you guys accordingly to be able to heal. So you probably want to go get your notebook, play back, save, whatever. You know, like I told you guys, when I started off with the chakras, my business was cosmic balance. My slogan for cosmic balance was forgive, release, heal, awaken, and inspire. I've seen that through the chakras, period. And that's what helped me heal. So, for example, the way I seen it was in the root chakra, I will forgive. In the sacral, I will release. In the solar, I will heal. In the heart, I will awaken. The throat, the third eye, and the crown, I will inspire. That's literally how I seen it. And like I said, that was my slogan for cosmic balance, which is now cosmic counsel. Cosmic counsel slogan is self-care, inner child, and gratitude. Because the only thing that the chakras did was sent me deeper into the understanding. Now we're in self-care, inner child, and gratitude, period. Okay? Because we gotta really, just because we are healing us, we gotta heal the inner us too. Did we forget about that? We have an inner child here. I think we forgot about that. You know how people like to have an out-of-body experience? Yeah. I think people have forgot about that inner child energy. What it takes to make up the adult that you are now. That's what's included in the chakras. That's why I said the masculine and the feminine side, the chakra would just be like my crystal down the middle. It's so important. You can kind of like similarly say it to the Baphomet symbol. You know how Baphomet has one hand up, one hand down. It's not bad. It's just the understanding the dark and the light of self. Understanding it's the understanding of self for me. When you don't understand self, you let everything in this motherfucking world take you over. And that is what the devil is. The devil is more than just an entity. It is a fucking energy. It is an energy. And it is a psychological one at that. That's why they call it the Matrix, and it has its own very special names. But keep in mind, the devil is also would be contracts. Soul contracts that you have, or just contracts, period. You know, like your car, your lease, shit, it ain't yours. Shit doesn't come from here, source. That's the devil energy. That's why we're working so hard to be resourceful instead of just the resource. When we are just the resource, the devil has a tendency to pick off our asses. Why is the devil picking off us? Because we are not aligned as one human being of this world in our chakras, in our self, in our chakras and our sense of self. The chakras, the sense of self. Okay? We're not aligned. That's what the chakras help you understand, how to get that shit together so the world won't swallow you and eat you up and spit you out and eat your ass again. That's what this is all about. It takes deep healing. Ain't no just grazing the surface. This is some deep shit. That's why I don't fuck with people like that for real, because anybody heal for real. I'm telling you. I done met a couple of people. And I always say where I'm at, it's about 50, 80,000 motherfuckers here. And I ain't met a nail here just like me. I'm talking about just here. That's really healing. That'll cross my path because I'm attracting that. Period. I'm only attracting people who I need to heal. So I know it's slim to none. Trust me. Slim to none. Now, root chakra. So when it comes to the root chakra energy, the journal prompt that I have for that is write all situations down where you need to forgive yourself. Okay? Write how you let yourself down. And you can do two things with this when it comes to this. You can burn it or you can flip it over. And you can do release, which would be the sacral chakra. And what do you want to change? How can you change yourself and your situation and your environment? How can you change for your situation, yourself, for your situation, your environment? So you can do two things with that. I do recommend burning it because the root chakra is strong. Okay. The root chakra is strong. And I'm not talking about, don't keep it light on these situations. Okay. Where you need to forgive yourself at and where you let yourself down at. I'm talking about go in deep. Any area of sex, money, and drugs where you let yourself down at, you know what I'm saying? Or where you didn't put yourself first and where you need to forgive yourself, you need to write that down. Okay? You need to address those issues. Okay? And like I said, I would probably burn that, but if you're not really feeling it, flip it over and continue on and do the sacral chakra journal prompt. What do you want to change about yourself and how can you show up and change your environment and your situation? Okay. Solar plexus, what are you grateful for in self? How do you show up in the world daily? And how do you see the world in the eyes of love? Okay. Okay. The heart chakra. What does self-love mean to you? And what does love mean to you? Because I just told somebody self-love and love is two different things. I need y'all to understand that. Those are two different understandings of life. Okay. Some people just care about y'all ass just off of that note only. Okay. All right. So the throat chakra. How do you speak life into yourself? Okay. And those around you. Okay. And the third eye. How does your connection to source help mold yourself? And what I mean by your connection to source is what I mean is your answers, your angels, your God, the universe, the deity, whatever it is. How does that connection help mold yourself? Okay. Okay. And last but not least would be the crown chakra. It says, what signs show you that you are on your divine path? Okay. What signs are you getting to show you that you are on your divine path? So I feel like this is a very informative video. I do feel like if you have any questions, comments, likes, or concerns, please feel free to visit my site, email me, contact me, book a session, whatever the fuck your ass need to do to push through. I'm here for you, okay? I heard make it do what it do, babe. But anyway, we're going to keep it light. I feel like that's definitely it. Did I say one thing? Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Peace and blessings manifest with every lesson learned. Please understand that. Erica said it best. And that's really what I'm feeling right now. People wonder where their blessings at, but peace didn't manifest because the lesson wasn't learned. Now we got to go back. Okay? Peace.